Alright, what's up? I'm X-Factor, this is Minecraft, and today I've got something to show you guys. Now, a lot of people have been doing these recently, but I've decided to take a stab at it, and that is an item shop. I'm using the new snapshot. You can see up in the top corner there, 13 week 3A. At the time of recording, it's the new snapshot. But let's show you how it works here. This shop is going to give us 1 diamond sword for 1 emerald. It's a 1-to-1 store. It's very simple in its function, not so much in its design, but we're going to give it 1 emerald. It'll take our emerald and give us a diamond sword. Other than that, that's all there is to it. Now, if it were to have a diamond sword waiting in there, and I were to give it another emerald, it would not take that emerald, nor would it give me another sword. But if I were to take this sword, I would then get another sword, and it will have taken my emerald. So, that's how the system works. I'm just going to bring these down here so I can access them, so I can see them. Yeah, there is a bit of a bug in this, in that it really likes exact payment. If you give it more, it will take more, but it'll only ever give you 1 sword. I think it'll take up to 4. So let's test that here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it only gave me 1 sword. This is a bit of a foolproofing, as it were, that I had to put in. Not really foolproofing, more of a safety, really. In order to stop it from giving too many items, I had to get it to take too many instead of giving too many. So, yeah. So just show you how this works here. And yeah, I put the sign in. No change will be given. So yeah, this is what we get. This is more of a design for map makers, I think, than anything, because I'm actually looking at this. I could probably make it smaller, bring this in. Anyway, this is a design, something I did for map makers or for use in adventure maps. Because of its large stock, you have a lot of swords here, a lot of 9 plus. Well, this is just stackable all the way up, and I figured it'd be cool if you could put all these swords with different enchantments on it, so it's kind of like a lottery. So you just put an emerald in, and then you get a sword with a random enchantment. They don't all have to be diamond swords. They could be any swords, iron swords with better enchantments than diamond swords. Anyway, I'm rambling. Another reason is because it doesn't really have a great retrieval system. It's sort of tucked away in here, and that's where all the emeralds have gone. Now, if you're doing this in an adventure map, you don't need to collect the emeralds. Anyway, so how this works is, let's just make sure there's no diamond sword in there. So I'll show you. There we go. Okay. So when you put a diamond in to this chest, it's going to be taken in by this hopper. When this hopper gets the emerald, it will then put it in this hopper. Now, this bottom hopper has 22 emeralds in it. As soon as it gets 23, that'll be enough for the comparator to put out a too long pulse, or too long signal strength, which will turn this torch off, turn this wire off, depower this hopper, and allow it to start putting items in this chest. It's only going to do that for 1 item, assuming there's 23 in there, because as soon as there's 22, this list line will turn off again, and it'll stop putting items in there. So then, as soon as this comparator turns on a pulse of 2, it will extend up to this torch, turning this torch off, turning this repeater off, coming along this wire, and turning this torch on, dispensing, using this dropper, which will then put a diamond sword in this chest. So let's follow that along if we can. I'll try to view it at the best angle. Okay. Did I miss? I missed. Shift and click. There we go. It goes really quick. Hopefully you caught all of that. And what's going to happen is that'll come all the way along, and like I said, we'll get a diamond sword in this chest. Now, when there is a diamond sword in this chest, this comparator will be turned on, which will power this block, which will power this repeater for 1, which will power this block, and then this wire, and this wire also powers this torch. So this is like this is an AND gate, basically, between this comparator and this comparator. If there's a sword in here and there's not an emerald, and there's an emerald in here, it won't do anything. Both conditions have to be true, meaning that there has to be no sword in here and an emerald in here in order for this to activate. It's a bit of a trick with an AND gate. You can not the inputs but not the output. Not A and B still works. It's not a NAND gate. Anyway, likewise with this comparator, it will also turn on this wire along with this. This wire will power this block, turning off this torch, turning off this wire, which will let this torch turn on. And what this will do is this will stop this item hopper from taking items from this chest. So if you put an item in here and there's a sword in this chest, because of this line here underneath, that won't take anything, or that won't take your items away. And you just saw, as soon as I take that sword out, we'll follow this line back around, and this torch is off, meaning this hopper is free to take items for this chest. Now the bug in the system, as I said, is it'll take 4 items. It's because of 2 things, I think. Number 1 is because I've had to use 2 hoppers here. There's no way to get it to use 1 hopper because it needs the condition to take the items and to place the items. And now that's a bit of a weird explanation, but taking the items out of the chest and placing them in this chest are 2 separate functions. You can't combine them into 2 hoppers, as best as I've been able to do it. And yeah, I'm not going to go into too many details about that. And it's because of this line here. It's got a bit of a delay in it because of the 2 torches. I couldn't find a better way to do it other than 2 torches, and I think that could be a cause. But basically it's the delay from taking to this chest, putting it in here, and putting it in here, and taking it out of here. That's 4 emeralds, along with the delay to get this one to stop taking, is the extra emerald. So that's 1 in between here, 1 in between these 2, 1 in between these 2, and then more of a delay to get that to stop, if that makes sense. Anyway, I will provide a download link in the description. If anyone wants to use this, feel free to. I'm going to, any of this blocks here, I'm going to recolor these wires before the download, just so you can follow it a little better. I think that might work, and then this is usable anywhere. Again, you can use it, you can copy it however you want. But yeah, well, if you made it with me to the end of the video, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.